Hello friends and welcome to Pendulum Edu. Today we'll be discussing daily current affairs. So guys, quickly join the session and also ask your friends and other people to join this session. And those who have not subscribed to our channel Pendulum Edu, please subscribe it and do not forget to press the bell icon to receive notification. So let's start the session. Let's see the first news. A virtual ministerial meeting of the Alliance for Multilateralism concluded and the External Affairs Minister of India, Dr. Jaishankar, addressed the meeting and said that world is at a transformative moment and a multilateral investigation and a reform of all multilateral institutions is required to make them purposeful for the present time and representation of this century. So multilateral investigation for like the issues for different issues like the allegations on WHO regarding spread of COVID-19, action taken to contain the spread of COVID-19, and also the multilateral institutions like reformation in UN Security Council, World Bank, IMF, all other institutions and organizations, they need reformation so that the world can be a multilateral world. And this Alliance for Multilateralism, it is an informal alliance. It was launched by French and German foreign ministers on 2nd April 2019. It is a network of countries that believe in rule-based multilateral order, an effort to bring international stability and peace. Now let's see a question related to the news. In which year did the Alliance for Multilateralism come into existence? 2016, 2014, 2019 and 2012. So quickly comment the correct answer. What will be the correct answer? Yes, the correct answer will be option C, that is 2019. Moving to the next news. India and Germany held a virtual consultative meeting of foreign secretary level, and the following points were discussed during the meeting, including promoting cooperation in handling COVID-19, bilateral cooperation in various fields, regional and global issues of mutual interest, and also India's membership in the UN Security Council. As we all know that India has recently won the elections of as a non-permanent member of UN Security Council for the term 2021 to 22, and G20 presidency. India will be the president of G20 in 2022. Also, there was discussed Germany's current membership of the UN Security Council and subsequent chairmanship of the European Union. Talking about Germany, it is a Western European country. Its capital is Berlin and the currency is Euro. And the German Chancellor is Angela Merkel. Moving to the question part, Berlin is the capital of which of these countries? Very easy question. Sweden, Poland, Spain and Germany. Quickly comment the correct answer. Yes, the correct answer will be option D, that is Germany. Moving to the next news. Web portal of Garib Kalyan Rozgar Abhiyan was launched, and this was inaugurated by Rural Development Minister Narendra Singh Tomar through video conferencing. And through this portal, works undertaken with allocation of rupees 50,000 crore will also be monitored. And this Garib Kalyan Rozgar Yojana was started by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. It aims to develop infrastructure and also generate employment in rural areas. And as we all know that due to COVID-19 and subsequent lockdown, many workers have returned to their native villages. So to provide those to provide employment to those migrant laborers in the next 4 months was the objective of this campaign or this Abhiyan, Garib Kalyan Rozgar Abhiyan. So it is mainly related to migrant laborers. Now let's see a question related to the news. Under the Garib Kalyan Rozgar Abhiyan, who has been primarily targeted to provide employment? Migrant labor, engineering graduate, widows and disabled people. So the correct answer will be, comment quickly, keep commenting the correct answer and also press the like button. Yes, the correct answer is option A, that is migrant labor. Moving to the next news. Indigenously built torpedo decoy system Marich inducted into the Indian Navy, and this system has been designed and developed indigenously in the laboratories of Defense Research and Development Organization, that is DRDO, NSTL and NPOL. So these are the laboratories of DRDO which has designed and developed this system. The system is capable of being fired from all frontline warships. BEL, that is Bharat Electronics Limited, which is a defense PSU, it will undertake the production of this decoy system. Talking about DRDO, it is an agency of Government of India which conducts research and development in the field of defense, and its headquarters are located in New Delhi. It was established in the year 1958. Let's see a question related to the news. What is true with respect to torpedo decoy system Marich? So first is recently Indian Navy has included it in its fleet. Second, the system is capable of hitting with front-end warships. Third, the system is designed and developed indigenously by the labs of Defense Research and Development Organization, and all of the above. So what will be the correct answer? Which statement is true? Yes, the correct answer will be option D, that is all statements are true. Moving to the next news, the date of online nomination for Sardar Patel National Unity Award was extended till 15th of August, and this Sardar Patel National Unity Award, it was instituted in 2019, and it is the highest civilian award which is given for contributing to the unity and integrity of the country. And this award was instituted in the name of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, who was the first Deputy Prime Minister and Home Minister of India. And he had contributed a lot in uniting the country. Any Indian citizen or institution or organization can nominate any individual for this award, and also an individual can also nominate himself. In 2014, it was decided to celebrate 31st October, the birth anniversary of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, as National Unity Day to unite India. So every year on 31st October, National Unity Day is celebrated. And there is one more important fact related to Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, that his statue, which is one of the largest statue in the world, was made, and it is located near Narmada river, and this statue is called Statue of Unity. It is the statue of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel in Gujarat. Okay, so this is an important fact related to this news. Now moving to the question part. In which year was the Sardar Patel National Unity Award started? 2017, 2019, 2014 and 2013. So what will be the correct answer? Comment quickly. Yes, the correct answer will be option B, that is 2019. Moving to the next news. Surakshit Dada Dadi Nana Nani Abhiyan for senior citizens has been launched, and it was launched as a collaborative effort between Niti Aayog, Piramal Foundation and 25 aspirational districts. And this campaign aims to ensure the well-being of 2.9 million seniors during the COVID-19 pandemic, as the senior citizens are at a greater risk of getting affected due to this COVID-19. The Social Welfare Department and the District Administration are also supporting this campaign. More than 150 volunteers are engaged in this campaign. Now a question related to the news. Surakshit Dada Dadi Nana Nani Abhiyan has been started by which of the following? Niti Aayog, Human Rights Commission, Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment, Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. So quickly comment the correct answer. Yes, the correct answer will be option A, that is Niti Aayog. Moving to the next news. Battery swapping facility Quick Interchange Service QIS was inaugurated in Chandigarh, and it was jointly inaugurated by Punjab Governor and Chandigarh Administrator, who is VP Badnor, and Union Petroleum and Natural Gas and Steel Minister Dharmendra Pradhan in an online organized function. So whenever you're studying a news, study it very carefully, because in many schemes or many initiatives there is mention of many ministers. So this will help you in revising the name of those council of ministers. India's top oil firm IOC has introduced battery swapping facility for electric vehicles at its petrol pump, which will allow the replacement of fully charged batteries in just few minutes. This battery swapping has been started as a pilot project at one of its outlets in Chandigarh, and gradually it will be extended to 20 more stations, as each electrical mobility station will be set up under the pilot project in Chandigarh, Amritsar and Bengaluru, and also Regions like New Delhi, Gurugram and other cities will be covered under this pilot project. What will be the benefit of this electric mobility station? Also, of course, it will reduce emissions, it will check air and noise pollution, and also it will help prevent climate change. And this battery swapping technique, it provides the best option for slow charging and help driver make maximum use of operating time. The model is initially targeted at commercial vehicles such as electric autos, rickshaws and electric two-wheelers and EVTs. Now the question part. Where has the battery swapping facility quick interchange service QIS recently been inaugurated? New Delhi, Chandigarh, Gurgaon or Kolkata? Quickly comment the correct answer. What will be the correct answer for this? Where was it inaugurated? Yes, the correct answer will be option B, that is Chandigarh. Moving to the next news. Start of Adarsh Police Station scheme in Chhattisgarh from July 1st, 2020, and in this an effort will be made to develop all police station in Chhattisgarh as Adarsh Police Station. There will be some standards and the police stations that will be meeting the prescribed standards or prescribed criteria, they will be awarded. And these standards are like the conduct of police station in charge and other employees with general public should be good. That it is one of the standard. And secondly, the atmosphere of the police station should be such like the victims, women and children, so that they can easily share their problems or they can file FIR without any fear. And also the records which are maintained at the police station should be in line with the standard protocol. And apart from this, the state government has also decided to review and withdraw small cases which have been filed against the tribal people in the Bastar region of state. Now the question related to the news. In which state will the Adarsh Police Station scheme be started from July 1st, 2020? Bihar, Chhattisgarh, Gujarat and Assam. So quickly comment the correct answer. What will be the correct answer? Yes, the correct answer will be option B, that is Chhattisgarh. And also the Chhattisgarh government has started a campaign, that is Spandan campaign. That campaign aims to make the police personnel stress-free. Basically, it aims to reduce the number of suicide cases in the state and to redress the grievances of the police personnel and also to motivate them. Moving to the next news. The world's first yoga university outside India was launched in Los Angeles, and this was launched on the 6th International Yoga Day. The name of this university is Vivekananda Yoga University or VAYU. It will combine the scientific principles with the modern research approach to ancient Indian practice. That is, Dr. H.R. Nagendra, who is the current Chancellor of Swami Vivekananda Yoga Research Institute, is the first chairman of Vivekananda Yoga University. So this university has been started in Los Angeles. Now the question, where is the world's first yoga university launched outside India? Comment quickly. This is very easy. Los Angeles, Rome, Paris, Osaka. Yes, the correct answer will be option A, that is Los Angeles. Moving to the next news. Madhya Pradesh became #1 wheat contributing state of the country this year, and it has ousted Punjab, but Punjab is still ahead of Madhya Pradesh in productivity per hectare of wheat. The area under cultivation, wheat cultivation in Punjab has remained close to 3.5 million hectares every year for the past decade, while the area of MP under wheat has grown subsequently every year, and it has doubled from 41 lakh hectare in 2007-8 to around 77.22 lakh hectare in 2018-19. Out of the total wheat in the country, Madhya Pradesh had a share of 31%, while Punjab cultivated wheat on 10.6% of the total national area. Now the question part. Which state has become the #1 contributing state of wheat, leaving Punjab behind this year? The options are Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, Bihar and Rajasthan. So quickly comment the correct answer. Yes, the correct answer is option B, that is Madhya Pradesh. And Uttar Pradesh was recently in news due to the Rozgar Abhiyan that was started by Prime Minister Narendra Modi in the state, that will aim to provide employment to the migrant workers. Employment to migrant workers. Moving to the next news. New biomolecules were discovered to fight drug resistance in Kala Azar, and this discovery was made at Pune's National Center for Cell Sciences, NCCS. First of all, we will understand what is Kala Azar. So it is a slow progressing indigenous disease. It is caused by a protozoan parasite of genus Leishmania, and it is of mainly three types of leishmaniasis are there. Visceral leishmaniasis, which affect many organs, and it is the most severe form of the disease. It is the fatal disease that can cause death if left untreated. Then next is cutaneous leishmaniasis, which causes skin lesions and is the most common form. And third is mucocutaneous leishmaniasis, which causes skin and mucosal lesions. In India, Leishmania donovani is the only parasite causing the disease, and these symptoms of the Kala Azar are recurrent fever, that is fever is recurring again and again. Then loss of appetite, weakness, spleen enlargement and anemia. And the disease gets transmitted due to sandflies, which are of genus Phlebotomus argentypus, which are only vector or known vector of Kala Azar in India. And Indian Kala Azar, it has a unique epidemiological feature of being anthropogenic. Female sandflies pick up parasite while feeding on infected human host, and then development and multiplication in the gut of sandflies and move to mouth parts. These parasites undergoes morphological change to become flagellate, and a healthy human hosts get infection when an infective sandfly vector bites them. So basically, the sandflies causes the spread of the disease in human beings. So basically, this Kala Azar gets transmitted to humans due to this sandfly. National Center for Cell Sciences, it is an autonomous organization under the Department of Biotechnology. It was established in 1986, and it was established to facilitate cell biology research in the country. Now the question part. Recently, which institute has discovered new biomolecules to fight drug resistance in Kala Azar? NCCS, IISc Bengaluru, DRDO, ICMR. So quickly comment the correct answer. Yes, the correct answer will be option A, that is NCCS, National Center for Cell Sciences. So friends, here we have covered the daily current affairs. I hope you like this session. Please like it, share it as much as you can, and also keep watching daily current affairs. Also ask your friends to join the daily current affairs session. It will be helpful for everyone. And please like the video, share it as much as you can. And if you have any doubt, you can mention that in comment box. And keep preparing well. Thank you so much.